So you decide to work in China and you want to find a way to send money back home? Stay tuned and I'll show you how to do that using Swapsy. So there are many ways to send money outside of China if you're working in China. One of which is PayPal, which you can refer to that link if you want to see how to do it that way. Another one is going straight to the bank account and finding the right paperwork to send money overseas. But these methods tend to have restrictions on how much you can send each year. And one more that I found out is an application called Swapsy. So let's get right to it. So here we are at Swapsy, just theswapsy.com. And this is a platform to transfer money from China to the US and vice versa. Before we get started, let me let you know what you need to have. You need to have a Chinese bank account with either an Alipay or WeChat linked. I haven't tried this with a new tour pass of Alipay that was just released, and you can see a video in the description below or in the card above. And if you don't have a Chinese bank account, I'll also post a link in the description below, and you can also refer to this card right here on how to open a Chinese bank account. From your home country, this supports USD, pounds, or euro. You must have a bank account there that is linked with PayPal or Zelle. You also need a nice selfie of yourself so that you can prove your identity. And once you have all these things, you can start using Swapsy. So you want to click on sign up, and pretty much you want to log in and put your email address and your password, and then sign up and follow the instructions and go ahead and verify your email account. In my case, I already have an account. Okay, once you're logged in and you have verified your email address, next step is to go to ID verification. And then in this case, I'm already verified, but if you're not verified, it's going to tell you to verify your ID, where you're going to have to put your passport information and all that. And as I mentioned before, you need a selfie to make sure it's really you, and you need to send it and apply for verification. It took about an hour for me to get verified, but it could take about 24 hours. Next thing to set up are your e-wallets. Remember I mentioned that you got to have WeChat or Alipay. So on the left side, these are the currencies that are supported. We're just going to start with Chinese yuan right now. And you can see that you can use Alipay, which is just pretty much a QR code with your payment information for Alipay, and same with WeChat. So you just got to simply upload a picture of your QR code to pay with Alipay or WeChat so it can be easily accessible. I am going to be using an example of USD in this case, but you can see they support currencies like pounds and Canadian dollars. I was wrong, it wasn't euros, it's Canadian dollars. So as I mentioned before, you need a Zelle or a PayPal. Typically everyone has a PayPal, and you can also put your QR code in PayPal to make it easier. But in my case, I use Zelle a lot, so I put the information in Zelle. Then once you've input all this information, which actually doesn't take a long time, it might take maybe like 5 minutes, you just gotta wait for the system to verify your identification and then say you're ready to swap. So once you put in all the information for your ID and your e-wallets, I just wanna go through one more thing before we actually swap money, and it's called swap credit. So if you click on swap credit here, this is the amount of swap credit you had. Think of this as like the currency used in Swapsy. So it's like a special kind of currency that can be converted into dollars or yuan. But you need these swap credits in order to transfer money overseas. It's a service fee pretty much that they get for giving you the ability to transfer money from China to other places. So now let's go and swap some money. So when you click on swap right here, you can select how much you want to send. So if you want to send USD, yuan, or pounds, or Canadian dollars. In this case, I want to send Chinese yuan, and I want to change it to USD. Okay, so I'm going to go with, let's see, 1,000 Chinese yuan. Then it's going to give you some options. On the left side is Alipay, on the right side is WeChat. These are the options available right now if you send cash, so you can't really pick exactly the amount you want to send. You're kind of at the mercy at what is available. So remember I told you it's peer-to-peer, right? So they got to find someone in advance to actually transfer you the money. So there's someone willing to accept 1,177 RMB here. So I'll just pick this one, which is closest to 1,000. And then you can just see that the currency exchange here, which actually isn't bad, is 0.14. So I'll receive a total of $168 for transferring 1,177 yuan. And you can see the calculation of what is the service fee of the swap credit, as I mentioned before, which is about $5. Now, this is not bad when you compare it to the fees of PayPal or doing intermittent transfers from banks. They usually charge maybe $10 to $15. So you definitely save a penny or two if you go through this route, but you may not get the money immediately. You may have to wait 3 or 4 days. And if you haven't received it after like 3 days, I would contact them via email or customer service just to see what's up. So I'm going to cancel this. You can kind of continue the transaction yourself, do it. So you can see how user-friendly the Swapsy program is once you have everything set, and you don't have to deal with the hassle of like your name being written wrong in a Chinese bank versus how it is in PayPal, like I had to deal with, and you just use your WeChat or Alipay to pay overseas. But the downside is you may have to wait 2 to 3 days, and you may not be able to send the exact amount you want to send. Like as I showed you, I want to send 1,000, but the cheapest one was like 1,177. But you get the exchange rate that you want and lesser fees. It's more like a platform to bypass bank fees and PayPal fees, which can be kind of expensive. As I mentioned before, Swapsy is a platform that you can send money overseas in China. You don't have to deal with banks directly or any kind of paperwork. It's pretty straightforward and easy to use. And I've had a lot of people say good things about it, and maybe a few people also say some bad things. So I just say use it at your own risk. Overall, it's a user-friendly experience, and it's just another venue for you to send money from China if you decide to do so. Consider subscribing to my channel, hitting that bell notification if you want to see more content for having a better lifestyle in China as a foreigner. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to click or tap the screen right here to look into more ways to have a better life in China. Anyways, keep surviving, and I'll catch you in the next one.